E aí, gurizada, Kawasaki na Zanga Motos, porque cava é vida.
Fala pessoal, sejam bem-vindos a mais um vídeo no canal. Hoje a gente vai estar falando do dia mais incrível da história do Omaha Motocross. Então já deixa aquele like, se inscreve, falta só um pouquinho para a gente chegar em 70 mil inscritos e eu conto com vocês para chegar lá. Pessoal, em Spring Creek, ou Millville, pista da família do Jeremy e do Alex Martin, 2006. Nesse dia, ninguém menos do que Rick Carmichael, aquele baixinho que acelerava absurdamente, simplesmente o melhor de todos os tempos, The GOAT, Greatest of All Time, fez algo que talvez fosse inacreditável. Ele deu uma volta em todo o pelotão, pessoal. Ele deu uma volta até no segundo. Parecia que realmente era outro esporte que ele estava praticando, e com certeza era. Foi realmente incrível em cima de Chad Reed, James Stewart, ninguém menos do que David Vullman. Acabou andando muito bem também, o Le Cobra, né, como é conhecido. Então vou deixar aqui o vídeo para vocês. É algo que não acontece, na verdade, pelo que eu sei, foi a única vez que aconteceu. Então é um dia que não pode passar despercebido. Então já deixa aquele like, se inscreve aí, rapaziada, a gente precisa só um pouquinho para chegar nos 70 mil. Então, mais uma vez eu tô pedindo aqui, porque vai ser bem importante, vai ser fera demais. Galera, lembre-se de comprar também nas lojas que prestigiam o esporte, que investem financeiramente em pilotos, em equipes e, por que não, também em influencers. Um abraço, fiquem com Deus e curtam essa prova irada.
As the gate drops and everybody sort of eases out on the clutches here, the whole shot award's going to go to a hero this time around, and around the outside it is Ricky Carmichael.
Carmichael got it. You know, these guys' goggles are done after one straightaway.
And there's James Stewart in second position right now. Of course, Carmichael winning moto number one, Stewart the runner-up, so if they reverse, it'll be Stewart the overall winner, but if Ricky Carmichael stays out in front, he will earn yet again an overall here at Spring Creek.
These guys are having to figure it out as they go, and it's tricky, but you can see Carmichael, look how clean he is. No mud on his number plate, his goggles are perfect, so he's got such an advantage now. Even James, anytime he gets up close to him, if he does, he's going to be ruining his goggles. And see those ruts on the inside full of water right there? That's the kind of stuff Ricky's great at, looking ahead, going, okay, those are full of water, I need to go wide, and he finds the line and just runs it.
Carmichael out in front with James Stewart in second position, and wow, what a mess. I mean, if it was a Chinese fire drill, now it's a crapshoot.
You know, Carmichael's not particularly a great mud rider. In fact, his first big pro mud race was at High Point in 1997, and he did terrible. He still kind of laughs about that race. I think one of the only guys he beat was me. Maybe the only mud rider worse than him back then. And taking your goggles off is like the biggest no-no, but at a certain point, if you just can't see through your goggles, you don't have any choice. So preparation, guys will run extenders on their visors. They'll take a goggle lens and tape it to the end of their visor to be able to block more mud and protect their goggles. Guys will run hand guards. You see Carmichael's got the hand guards on. If it does start to rain or if mud's getting splashed up, those hand guards are going to block mud from hitting his grips, which obviously that's your main contact point on the bike. You've got to keep your grips dry and clean. And yeah, if you fall, you're sticking your grip right in the mud.
Take a look at this. When you thought luck was bad, it just got a whole lot rougher for Chad Reed. Seems as though he's pulled over on the very first lap, getting his mechanics to hand him a new set of goggles, new set of gloves. He can barely hold on to the grips. Tough luck here at Millville for Chad Reed.
Ricky Carmichael. Carmichael coming up behind Reed, who stopped to get fresh gloves and goggles, and now he's stuck in the mud.
Stewart's in second.
James Stewart in second position, just creeping down the hill. We're used to seeing James going way faster than that as he comes up behind Chad Reed's bike that's stuck in the mud. And now Stewart is going to join him. So the number 2 and number 3 motocross riders in the world have just sort of parked it together and can only look on in frustration.
How over it are those two guys? They're just like, dude, I don't know, I'm stuck. What are you doing?
Yeah.
I'm stuck too. This sucks.
Now Ricky Carmichael has just avoided almost all of those problems. Now he's looking a little more like everybody else and quite a bit like the Whoop Monster, in fact. Look at this, what a comedy. Here comes Villeman. He manages to shoot through a gap that has also now collected Jason Thomas on the 31. Villeman gets a standing O for that move.
He just did a one-hander, pumped his fist for getting through a little muddy section. That's funny.
Yep. The thrill of victory. Well, you take him where you can. Where is James Stewart? Don't go in there. Do not go in there. So Stewart trying to find some way to get moving, and Ricky Carmichael's lead is just growing and growing. What a mess! Look at this!
Hey, we need some circus music.
Absolutely. Some Three Stooges sound effects. What, you know, oh, this is too funny. Stewart's getting some help, and they can't even stand the bike up. Oh, I hate to laugh at the misfortune of others, but you know what? This is slapstick.
I've never been so happy to not be racing motorcycles in my life.
I've never been so happy to have never taken up racing motorcycles, at least off-road.
See, look at him wiping the grips. That's going to be problems.
You know,
that is not legal to get outside assistance. You can see Kaipo, that's their suspension technician.
Yeah, but so the officials are going to add insult to injury. I mean, what could they possibly do to penalize somebody more than Mother Nature has already done? That appears to be Ricky Carmichael, only because he's taking his hand off the bar every once in a while.
It could be Brad Majewski, though. We don't know.
There
it is,
Carmichael. Oh, yeah, from the back you can tell it is Ricky Carmichael, and the number 4, Makita Suzuki.
A white flag. David Villeman, who was in second place, crossed just in front of the leader, Carmichael. At that moment, Carmichael broke another AMA motocross record.
Ricky Carmichael comes down the hill past David Villeman, who's running second right now. So Carmichael has lapped the entire field here in Millville. There is no joy in Millville today for anybody but Ricky Carmichael, and he's showing plenty of it. He's got to be pretty happy out there. Not only having fun, but winning big. Laps the field. Wow.
That just happened, Dreb. Do you understand that?
Wow.
He just lapped second place. That's ridiculous.
And his lap times are so much faster, over 20 seconds quicker than the second place rider. Carmichael is just on another planet here at Millville today.
He's so smooth. He looks like he's just totally comfortable, like he's been a mud rider his entire life. And he's obviously made improvements. Maybe his mom forces him to go ride when it's muddy now. That's part of the deal.
Can you make mud out of Florida sand? Well, I guess if you try hard enough.
Well, Millville's kind of sandy, and that looks like mud to me.
That's definitely mud. I'm going to say the jury is going to be unanimous about this. This is mud. This is mud, and when he lands, there's some more mud. Wow. Everybody looks like the Whoop Monster that's riding out there today. Ricky Carmichael just on the, look at here. It's still going on in that part of the racetrack.
Well, this, when you come down these hills, it is so slimy. They've got one line they're all running, but it's totally greasy.
He's 36 seconds slower in Moto 2 than in Moto number 1, but he's over 20 seconds faster than the next fastest rider in this moto. That is something from another world. Well, he's just having fun out there, and with an entire one-lap lead, you would have to imagine that something completely impossible would have to happen in order for him to lose a one-lap lead. Look at this. I hate to make analogies about it looking like a war zone, but it certainly looks like a disaster area, that's for sure. Yeah, there's one dry person in Millville today, and it's not Ricky Carmichael. But he doesn't seem to mind one bit.
He's shaking his head like he doesn't even understand what's going on out there.
You can't believe it. Ricky Carmichael is going to win again, but what a difference a year makes. Certainly not the kind of natural drama that we're seeing here.
Somebody's got a smoker there ahead of him.
Mud and water all over the exhaust header, probably making some steam. Carmichael just trying to make the last lap happen here. Even if he falls over, he could take a nap and still win. Perhaps for the final time at Millville, they're seeing Ricky Carmichael on a muddy day. Mother Nature has dealt out her very, very worst, and Ricky Carmichael has taken it all. He's going to stop and enjoy this one. Well, they got a little error with the front wheel over the finish jump.
And he sets another record, lapping second place.
Fans waiting at the podium for the awards, and James Stewart has been deducted a position for getting this outside help, so indeed the officials have added insult to the injury. He probably is just happy enough. So with that, he will drop one spot down the standings. And here are the results of the moto with Ricky Carmichael. David Vuillemin in second, who got lapped just as we came back from commercial, and K-Dub moves up to third overall.
I was struggling, you know, and they were pulling all the tricks out of the bag, trying to get me to where I felt good. In the first moto, I was just really tight. Rode really, really bad. I think the worst I've rode all season.
Here's our overall results with Carmichael, Vuillemin, and Windham moving into third position overall. Stewart down into fourth. And Chad Reed, as we mentioned, 10th overall.
What was going through your head when you saw RC come and lap you, knowing that you were in second place and he had nobody left to lap?
Yeah, that's, you know, I'd be ashamed, but, you know, that's Ricky. He's unreal. So, especially with this, you know, it's those conditions. And when he passed me on the last lap, I saw he was riding like almost he was dry. You know, he was, and I was doing my own race, you know, was happy to be second. Kind of a little ashamed to get a lap down, but I was actually happy. I was getting tired, so I had one lap left, so it was good for me.
Well, it's hard to believe he had absolutely nobody left on the track to lap. Ricky, I'm going to call it straight out. 10 years ago, you absolutely sucked in the mud, and now take a look at this.
For sure, I was terrible in the mud, and you know what? Just the hard work of Eldon Baker and me, you know, gave me a lot of strength, upper body, and the whole body, actually. And, you know, I can't say enough for Makita Suzuki. We were like fire drilling between motos, and we prepared our bike for the worst conditions, and they were gnarly.
This is the first time that you've ever been able to accomplish such an accolade such as this with nobody else to pass. What's the feeling overall? What's the emotion going through you?
I just wanted to do it. Like, man, I've never done that. And I just saw as a motocross racer to do that would be unbelievable. So I just kept driving, and was able to do it, and just super, super pumped, man.
Congratulations.
Thank you.